Straight talk.
Straight talk, no chaser.
No chase.
No chase.
Tripp Simpson.
What up, though?
Juiceman Dan.
Peace.
And forever love the Koosta.
My post was in regard to something that happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana this morning.
So when you got the black people versus the police, you got a majority of America supporting the police against black people.
What did George Washington do when he thought he was being suppressed by the British government?
He fought back. So is that what you're saying? Does that mean?
Refer to George Washington.
I was shot.
Yo,
what the fuck is this?
Tito's, bitch.
Tito's, bitch. Tito's, bitch. Tito's, bitch. Tito's, bitch.
I said Tito's, bitch.
Yo.
Hey, I got a question for the brother, man.
Brother JP, what's good?
What's
Brother
going on,
JP, please.
Let me get in the limelight.
Oh shit.
So,
hold on, JP. You gotta have your proper introduction.
Nah,
you know.
No, not today, man.
Not today?
He
What you mean, not today?
Hey.
No, just the power. We gotta do the
Kings
power.
are in the building,
Right,
man.
right.
The Kings are in the building, and we here all together. I just like to say Black Power.
Black power.
Black Power.
Black power.
Black Power.
Black
Put your
power.
fist in the air. Don't be afraid of it. That's what you are.
I be putting three
Okay.
fists up.
Okay, look.
Pause.
I got a question for you, brother. Last time I seen you, you was at my homeboy's funeral. Rest in peace to Timothy Dawkins. That's my homeboy. We grew up on the same block together, Decatur Street, Crittenden Street. So, you spoke beautifully there, brother. You know what I'm saying? I always remembered you. What I want to say is, man, with all the stuff that we talking about, Trump got into office, right? The stock for the jails went up. Stocks and bonds went up. You know what I'm saying? So what we gonna do to change, to get in the psyche of our young brothers and sisters out here? You know what I'm saying? Because why the stock market went up and who's investing in these private jails?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what we gonna do to stop our brothers and sisters out here from running reckless? What programs we gonna administer them?
So let me say something, man. Rest in peace, Tim, man. He was a good brother to me. In fact, when Tim passed, he was living in my house, man. You know what I'm saying? I take care of his son Ezekiel, man. I promised him. You know, I was gonna help him out with his son when he passed. I do what I do for my son, man. Good brother, man. He lost his life to gun violence on 4th Street Southeast, man. When I seen the shooting on the news that night, it was the number 52 on the ground, man. It's the amount of firearm and power we got in our community with these guns is ridiculous, man. When we can't get quality education in the district. So what we decided to do in our community was empower young brothers like yourself to start getting more involved. Two Saturdays ago, we had a meeting at the Big Chair. Cheers to the Big Chair. We have another one this Saturday at 8:30 a.m. to kind of rally people around what we want in our community, especially men. No spite to our sisters, because they held the black community down for so long. And we need real men to stand up. And so we doing a call, man. Whoever want to get involved. This Saturday, 2122 MLK Avenue Southeast, 8:30 a.m. We got on there and creating a platform of going inside the schools. And we got a lot of business owners involved, man. A lot of investors involved to try to, redirect and put more positive black images in our young people's faces so they can see us and know us and touch us.
Yeah.
Information, man.
That's good information, and I will try my best to make my way there.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah, I think you got us here. You got Straight Talk, No Chase. We're gonna be there Saturday.
Hey, man. And that mentorship is so important, man. That's how you can make a difference. I want to shout out my mentoring organization, man. It's Man Up. We based out of the city of Tacoma Park. We also work in D.C. public schools, work in PG County schools, man. We recruiting right now. So mentorship, you can see the difference within a month, 2 months. You can make a difference, man.
All you need is strong males.
Straight
in
up.
These kids' life. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. What he said is absolutely true. Our women have been forced to put in a role to uplift our community. But real change comes from men. And it's time for the men in our communities to step up. You got good, strong men in this room right here. And if we all put our minds collectively together and put our differences aside for whatever the reason may be, we come together because at the end of the day, we want better for our babies. Because if we go through another generation where we are now,
With weak men. Yeah. You right.
well, men are getting weaker by the generation.
What I'm saying is, I think you were saying if we go through another generation with a bunch of weak men.
Yeah. So strong men like the men in this room, a situation like he has going on, yeah, we should all be a part of that.
We need to move the weak niggas out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we getting rid of them.
hey, they holding us back.
They got to go.
But you know what, man? They kind of get rid of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
They are.
All right. I said we should switch gears right now. Let's talk about something positive that you see in the community since you've been in office, or something you've enacted that gives you, inspiration, gives you encouragement about the community.
$250 houses for firefighters. Shit. I don't even hear nothing else.
Not you.
Look.
Hold on. That doesn't benefit Scrooge McDuck over there.
Oh, okay.
Hey, look, man, I'm about to pool our resources.
Right.
Hey.
So last Friday, last Friday, sat in Anacostia High School. And we poured out all in partnership with Union Temple, Reverend Willie Wilson.
I love Reverend Willie Wilson.
Poured out all the students out of class, man, had in the auditorium. And they did a piece with MPD to start talking about stopping the violence and encouraging them to be more astute in their education, man. Like Malcolm said, education is the passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for today. And so we trying to create more images inside the schools and get them more involved to buy in what we're trying to do, because we're tired of really burn our youngers and talking to them on the back end after they already down DYRS, already fighting for their lives over the jail, man. The amount of young people going to Title 16 and getting charged to Dawson the system in D.C. is getting out of control. We don't talk about
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And I say this, man. I saw your Instagram post the other day with the Malcolm speech, and I was like, damn. That's when I was like, you know what? Yeah, man, Youngin, he ain't playing no games.
Yeah, he's not.
And let me ask you this. Obviously, Malcolm X inspired you. What other leaders, man, inspires you to do the type of things that you're doing?
Good question.
Man, there's so many, man. Marcus Garvey to start for once, man, with his 10-point plan, man.
Right there.
I just finished this book, Message to the People, I believe. Man, inspiring so much information and wisdom, man. I just try to absorb it so much. Juwanjikan Jufu, he wrote the book. That's the first book I ever read in my life, called Counting the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys, man. That's the first book I ever read, man. Changed my life, man. I ended up going from 1.2 GPA, so I went to a 4.1 GPA at one point, but I graduated from high school with a cumulative 3.7, and from college, magna cum laude, from the 3.7 to cumulative for all my 4 years. Because I read that book and inspired me so much. So many, and then people I meet every day.
Right.
I remember one time I was working at Fannie Mae on Wisconsin Avenue, and this homeless dude used to give me so much knowledge and wisdom, man. I just learned so much from so many people, so many life experiences, man. I grew up in Southeast DC, but still live there, and I see so much, man. And so I feel like I shouldn't give back. I have to give back. Yeah, it's one of those things, man.
You can see it, man, and you can, man. When you walk a certain way, you can get inspiration from anywhere. Yeah. So we might walk past a homeless brother and look at him like, he asking for $1. Even if you don't give it to him, sometimes you can just talk to him. And you're absolutely right, man. Some of the most inspiring conversations I've had came from people that everyday people would just walk by like it's nothing.
Yeah, no question.
See, it depends on how a homeless person talk to me, man. Like, on the real, cause when you go to the same places on the regular and you see the same people, you know who doing what. If you real like, yo, man, I'm trying to get a beer. Like, what you got? I might hand you $20. You can party all week. But like when you sitting up here, when you sitting up here sicing, I'm just trying to get something to eat, man, and then I go get you something to eat, and you act like you don't want it. Look, if you a drunk and you need money to be a drunk, I got you. Because if I go broke and I'm still drinking, I will hope somebody help me out too.
I would bottle of Hennessy on me, my brother.
But look, honestly though, if especially on payday, I'm feeling good. He go $20, brother.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Drink good all week.
Let me ask you a question with the school systems, right? Is it a better chance for us to build our own schools instead of getting a European doctrine into our kids' mind? Should we move into that direction of really save? We trying to save our babies. You know what I'm saying? We don't want them to know about some Christopher Columbus. We know that.
So I think that education starts in the home, man. And for too long, man, we haven't been able to across the board on a high level educate our own. Right. And so it's imperative that we change the paradigm of how we think about community, because the young brothers that live next door to me or live across the street from me, those are the ones I need to educate, as well as my son. That's what they do in the streets. If they cut up, shoot somebody, rob somebody, and my son out there, it can be him. So I think we got to start thinking on a broader level. In DC, we created a culture where we teach towards the test. So we fired a lot of black teachers and brought in a lot of people from Teach for America, a lot of Caucasian teachers that may not have the cultural competencies to understand who we are as a people and what we go through just to make it in the door every morning. And so a part of those, what you talked about earlier, when you talking about policy, how that influences the decision-making process in the district. And so we got to start thinking about the holistic child, about they got artistic abilities, they great minds. Some people think that right brain thinkers versus left brain thinkers. And so we got to figure out how we can start re-educating our people on our own, be self-sufficient.
That is a critical point. That is a critical point.
My father, my bad.
No, I was gonna say I'm working in mentoring in Ward 8 schools right now, and you see how policy of bringing teachers in from other areas, other places, and how policy really affects our kids. So that's why it's important for us to talk to folks like Mr. White, because the policy, people don't understand how much policy in one way or another can hurt or help our community, man. Like, it's one policy can ruin a generation of kids.
I have a first-hand experience with that. So my father was the principal of Stanton Elementary School for years. Matter of fact, he was the principal of Stanton Elementary School from like 2006 to like 2010. So anyway, that's when Michelle Reed was in charge. And
policy that hurt the schools.
So she came to my pops and she was like, yo, the test scores, yada, yada, yada. I need you to fire like, damn near all your teachers. Right? So my pops was like, hold up, nah. Like, he said, I tell you what, come to the next PTA meeting, right? I got 450 students in my school. Come to the PTA meeting and see how many parents show up. First of all, no parents show up. It'd be like 3 grandparents. Facts. 3 grandparents, right? So he told her, how do you expect me to put fire under these teachers' asses when these kids are going home to conditions that are just completely deplorable? How do you expect them to pass these test scores when they don't even know how they're going to eat? He was like, yo, I buy at least 20 kids a week dinner. Yeah. Because they ain't got nothing to eat. And you expect me to tell these teachers that test scores? And you know what she did? Not only did she fire all those teachers, she fired his ass too.
And let me say this.
Because he wouldn't fire him.
Another thing is that it is alleged that Michelle Reed's ex-husband for Kevin Johnson was the president for Teach for America too. So you gotta look behind the scenes. It was
crony capitalism right there.
It always from the top,
cronyism.
Man. But one thing JP said and one thing you said that is real imperative, man. It's imperative. It's imperative that we at home teach our babies who they are. One of the things that made me more powerful as a man when I gained knowledge of self. Once you gain who you are and how strong you are, no matter what the school tells you, your kids ain't even gonna fall for the traps. So we gotta learn. We gotta teach our kids. We know that it's a European controlled system, and they're gonna teach our kids how to be European puppets. But we are in here African lions, right? We all have knowledge of self for the most part, pretty much, right? So it's on us to teach the babies. We can't rely on the school system. And like he said, it's not just your kids. You see your neighbor's kid. You see kids walking up the street. They don't know who they are. So you instill in them who they are, and that's what changes lives. You know what I mean?
I would like to know, what do you think of in the city? Because it's a big battle between public and charter. Which on, that line has been drawn. Which side of the line are you on?
Public versus charter.
So let me say this. I'm a proud graduate of Frank W. Blue Senior High School. Okay. And I stand by that. I think that DC has moved to a place where we we got a nomination for a new chancellor coming to the city.
It's a big nomination.
And my first question to him was, is part of your fixing schools closing down public schools? And he really couldn't give me a yes or no answer. Because what we've done over the years, we closed down over 40 public schools in the last 10 years and say that we're right-sizing the school. They don't call it closing down. They call it merging two schools. I forgot the word they used to. But they trying to consolidate resources, what they say. But the reality is when you do that, you force people to make decisions with their feet by going to a better school because the classrooms are too overcrowded. The schools are overcrowded. You got centralized poverty, mental health issues, all types of things combined in one. And you're talking about you trying to fix the school system. We know that most times children can learn better in smaller classroom sizes. Just traditionally.
The Montessori school and traditional African school model has proved that beyond a shadow of a doubt at this point.
And so we've moved to a place where we put more charter schools in DC and basically sucking the lifeline of the public schools. I served on the DC State Board of Education for some years, and I've seen it happen time and time again, and to no recourse from the city because anytime the chancellor makes more than the mayor, you gotta figure out what's going on with that. The mayor's responsible for the whole city. The chancellor's first, we didn't have a chancellor before Reed. Reed didn't fit the qualifications to be a superintendent, so they created a chancellor to get her in there. And now we started down that road where they control it. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
On the real.
And that's my thing. You shouldn't, education should be incentivized.
This brother's correct. So my father, he passed. Like, matter of fact, not too long after he got fired.
Rest in
right?
peace. He was a good brother.
Man.
Unlike
real
his son.
dude, 100.
Good man, good man.
He was a good man. His son fucked up, but he was a good man.
Yeah. All right. But my mother's still a teacher. And basically it's like this, man. With the charter school, and my mother's a DCPS teacher. With the charter school situation, and it's no disrespect to nobody that's in no charter school, but basically it's a way to Walmart your schools. Because if you're a DCPS teacher, you have to take this test that's hard. And if you don't pass the test, you can't be a DCPS teacher.
Right.
If you're a charter school teacher, all you have to do is have a bachelor's degree for the most part. And you could be a charter school teacher.
And some of them slide in without bachelor's type of way.
And basically, you get an hourly rate. You ain't really getting no benefits. You're not getting anything that a certified DCPS teacher would get. So in turn, what you got is a bunch of people coming into work every day that's trying to get paid. And some of them care. But at the same time, a lot of them are just doing this until they get to their next career.
And let me say this in my experience, there have been, in my opinion, to be honest, some good charter schools.
Of course.
Just like there's some good public schools. There have been some terrible charters, some terrible public schools. So I guess what we got to do is find out how we can invest instead of divesting in our community. And the more we do that, the more results we're going to get in our favor. Because what we do in D.C., we cover up and make lies. We say that the education system is improving by leaps and bounds, one of the fastest growing in the country, and we clap about it. But we don't say that the disparities for African-American males is steady widening over the last 5 years. And it's getting utterly sad at what's happened to our young black boys in the school system. We don't talk about that.
Let me ask you a question, man, because you've been talking real, and this is straight talk, no chase, and this is what we do. So I appreciate you as a politician. I feel disrespectful to even call you a politician personally. So my question to you is, we get some artists, a lot of artists that we've been talking to, man, and some of them talk about how hard it is, especially the real ones, like, I mean real as a man, when they're real trying to deal with industry type cats, right? You're in the politician world. You, to me, don't strike me as a politician. How do you govern yourself, and how do you keep it real with yourself, and how do you finagle through the world of politicians where you know a lot of it's just talk, a lot of it's just BS?
Man, it be difficult sometimes because I'm from the streets. So I'm used to straight, man, let me know what it is and what it ain't. We gonna curve from there. But it's like a lot of backstab and things like that. So what I do is I focus a lot of my time and energy on developing people. You know, and that keep me grounded. The reason I was able to win the election, the person I ran against raised over $530,000, had over 16 unions supporting him, the mayor, 3 former council members. Well, we beat them because we believe in putting power back to the people. So we raised $30,000 versus $530,000. But we knew that we can win the hearts and minds of our people and be real and be who we are, we can overcome that. So I use that same energy and I get the people more involved. It ain't just me, just Trey talking, but there's some people that's gonna come through this door. They ain't playing no games.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
I hear the Trey days.
And all day.
All day.
And I'm the nice one.
Yeah.
And they gonna go. And so it's about me educating that population and getting them activated and full throttle. And so that's what I do when no one's looking. I'm developing, and I had a lot of people run for ANC on this last election too that won. And so we trying to empower more people to get involved.
Hey, look at Trump's face though. His face, he just looked like a fucking vampire or something.
Just friends.
Just a very good friend. Just a very good friend.
Oh, he look like he's sunburned like a motherfucker.
All I can hear now is George Bush doesn't like black people.
All right, man, get this shit off the screen, man. We good.